all of you all. Welcome to my channel, Dolores Jones TV. It's your girl, your comeback coach, simply here with a message to help us do better. Okay, so Oscar winner Monique and comedian has come under a fire because of her desire to help a sister out. That's what I'm going to say. Help a sister out. So Monique, apparently a couple of weekends ago or last weekend, she came online and she posted a video about Black women wearing hair bonnets out in public, and she saw, I'm going to say, just a group of Black women getting on a plane, in line with hair bonnets on, pajamas, and I don't even know if they had house shoes on. And so I just kind of want to add my insight to this discussion. And I want to start with saying, now y'all know we know better than that. We know better than to just go out in public looking any kind of way. You either have a mirror or you have a best friend. And if you don't, message me, honey. Monique is right. Monique is so right. But the challenge and the problem we have is we are living in a time when nobody can tell you anything. When you feel like you've grown, I'm grown, leave me alone. No, absolutely not. People have cussed her out. People have said, cancel her. That ain't my business. You are her business. That's what she said, and she meant it. And she even shared a time when Patti LaBelle, got in her business. And that's probably why we know who Monique is now anyway, on a different level, or she represents herself a different way. That's what I'm going to say. Because talent, gifts, they come without repentance. You see a lot of talented people. You see talented and gifted people all over the place. On the corner. I saw one walking down the highway, singing, rapping, whatever. But here was the thing. Was I willing to take him seriously? Chances are, no. I know you say don't judge a book by its cover and all of those things and those cliches, or if I had a penny for a cliche that I've heard, I would be rich by now. We have to have a standard of excellence. We have to. And we have to humble ourselves enough to respect our elders and our ancestors who did their best to give us a level playing field. And some of them died for it. But sometimes, when the family is broken down, that system, and we don't have conversations at the dinner table that emphasize the importance of how you show up in the world. Are you a prospect or a project? I don't need for you to tell me that you've grown. I can see. I have eyes and I can see. And I also have lenses, the way I see things. And you and I know we don't see things alike all of the time, but there has to be a standard of excellence for a Black woman. And doggone it, I'm glad that Monique brought it to the forefront, because listen, people have already talked about you anyway. People at your church, on your job. Girl, can you believe she came up to this school looking like that? Your child is like, Mama, don't come in here. Mom. Even your children know that you should be doing better, but nobody can tell you anything. Why is that? Well, because some of us are so defensive. And I get it, traumatized. I was criticized. And I always had my defenses up like this. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. But somebody got to tell you something. Well, where do you want to go in life? If all you want to do is just go to the grocery store and you want to show up at the airport and listen, you don't have to. But what Monique is saying is you have an option. And she is asking the question, when did we lose pride in how we show up outside of our houses? When did we start doing that? When did that become okay? And even if certain people see it as okay, that doesn't make it the best thing for you. I had a friend in the business of radio, and she had an opportunity many years ago, we're talking about maybe 50 years ago, to enter a career in television. And it wasn't that she didn't have the skills. It wasn't that she didn't even have the look. What she had was a gold tooth. And the gold tooth was to cover up a cavity. Now, she had an option. She could have used gold or she could have used white, because I even have a cat. Okay. And what they told her is the job is yours, but we would ask that you would remove the gold tooth. She said, no, you got to pick your battles. Years later, she said, Dolores, you know what? I wish I would have moved the gold tooth, because I got to learn to pick my battles, because there comes a point where you can become an owner. There's certain things that you have to learn on your way up the hill. And then if you want a whole mouth full of gold like Nelly, then by all means do you, boo. But on your way to the top, there's certain standards that we must be aware of and commit to, depending upon where you want to go. Now, I know there's some foolish stuff out there, like telling a kid they can't wear dreads to school and all this other foolishness. Those are totally different things, because your mom got your hair together. It's a part of your culture. But a hair bonnet, boo-boo, let me show you something. This is a hair bonnet. This is a hair bonnet. This is a hair bonnet. I paid $7.50 for this hair bonnet. And this hair bonnet is what I use to sleep in. But even when I go to sleep, I want it to shine. I want it to shine with mine. But this isn't for me to go out, to the grocery store. This is for me to protect my hairstyle. This is satin to protect my hair. But this is not for me to go outside. There's so many other things I can put on my head to go outside. I can put a baseball cap on. I can go and buy a beautiful African hair wrap. I can get a piece of material and go on YouTube and look at my history and look at the queens, the black queens, and those that know how to do it. I have a good girlfriend named Bonnets, and when they have a birthday party, baby, they have a birthday party, okay? And you come out with your hair, it's called a hairdress. And they're beautiful. They use hairpins and all kind of things. And you are in awe of it, because you are important. No, absolutely not. No. Miss D, I'm grown. Go ahead on with your grown self. Okay? When you go into certain restaurants, you cannot be served unless you have a certain jacket. So there are going to be certain places you're not invited into because of your attire. That's their rule. Now, if you don't want to go, then don't do it. But let's get off of Monique. Monique has a point. She called you sweet baby. She could say sweet baby Jesus. You know she's talking to us. And I said us because she's talking to me too. Just like Patti LaBelle spoke to her. Just like Oprah Winfrey spoke to Jamie Foxx when Jamie Foxx was blowing it. He was out there, he was up for an Oscar, but he didn't understand the significance or the importance of what he had accomplished. And his behavior was just outlandish. And Oprah set up an intervention at Quincy Jones's house. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And Sidney Poitier was there. And he looked at Jamie Foxx, he pulled him to the side. He said, when I saw you in Ray, I grew 2 inches. In other words, you gave me a reason to be proud. And Jamie said he broke down crying. Why? Because he had been out there acting a fool, drunk, just out, just doing any and everything he could because he was grown. But thank God, thank goodness that Jamie had enough sense to say, you know what, these are my elders. They're on to something. They were here before I got here. They know the game. Who's in your life? Who's in your life? Who is in your life that's speaking to you, that's helping you? See, I was telling people today, I woke up and I had pink eye. I had pink eye. And I had a decision to make. I had a choice to make. I said, okay, Dolores, you can stay in bed with your little hair bonnet on and do a telehealth visit. And I'm going to do a telehealth because I didn't want to go out. I just want my prescription, go get it and make my eye feel better. So you could do that, or you could get up, take your shower, put your face on, put some coverage on, put your lipstick on, don't touch your eyes because they're inflamed. Get your hair right, okay? Put on a pretty dress. Just put on a pretty dress. What makes you feel like $1 million, although you're in pain? I didn't learn this at school. My grandmother taught me this. My great-grandmother, whenever they showed out in public, even if they bought something from the thrift store, baby, it was clean and they were dressed to impress because it was a sense of self-respect. See, it's like what Damon Dash said. He said, I hustle for my last name, not just my first name. In other words, I'm working to build a legacy, to set a standard. So my son and my daughter and my grandchildren and my great-great-grandchildren knew about excellence, knew about ownership, knew about you don't need a boss, you be the boss. Don't just be okay with a paycheck. Build something, be somebody. Is this somebody? You got to know what effort is made for. This is made for you to protect your hair, not for you to be out in public. And I know if you're getting on a flight, hey, I understand being there. I've been on a plane, but I found some piece of fabric and I made it look real pretty. Oh, by the way, I'm Dolores Jones, your comeback coach. And I thank you for being a part of my video here today on Dolores Jones TV. Would you please like and share the video? I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. Just yesterday, I was reading an article from Harvard. I'm going to pull this up because we don't know everything. And if you're the smartest person in your group, then your group is too small. Okay, your group is too small. But what I want to share with you at this moment is, I sent it to myself. Let me see if I'm in my right thing. I said, I need to take notes on this article because this article right here, I know where I want to go. And because somebody took the time to write it down, then I would be a fool to ignore it. And it's free. It's free. So let me pull this up. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up. So the title of the article is, where's the title of this article? Hold on, let me, y'all know, just hold on with a sister. I'm working with one eye. You be like, but she sure is cute, okay. She ain't got no hair bonnet on, boo boo, okay. Now listen, let me turn this up here, okay. All right, because I got a couple of more minutes to be with y'all. Excuse me, it's like this because I don't have my contacts on. Let me find my glasses, Lord, let me find my glasses. Hold on. Here's my glasses. So the article is titled 5 Relationships You Need to Build a Successful Career. 1, you need a mentor, a person that's experienced that can teach you something new. They have the knowledge, they're going to transfer it to you. And so it shortens your learning curve. You need that. You need a mentor. Then number 2, it said you need a sponsor. Mentors give you advice and perspectives. Sponsors advocate on your behalf and in some cases directly present you with career advancement opportunities. This is according to an article that I got online. Excellent. Number 3, Not only do you need a sponsor and a mentor, you need a partner. A partner, the writer says, is an ally or a peer who can serve as a sounding board to broaden your perspective. This relationship is fueled by trust, a shared drive to succeed, and the recognition that you can do better together. Come on, somebody. And number 4, competitor. Competition between peers is inevitable. And when used correctly, it leads to improved performance, breakthrough ideas, and greater drive to get things done. And number 5, a mentee. Becoming a mentor will teach you how to bring out the best in others, recognize their strengths, and give feedback and coach. It will push you to be better and to strive for more. That's all Monique is saying. That's all she's saying. Monique is saying, I want to push you, baby. I want you to do better. I want you to be better. I want you to see better. Because Patti LaBelle got in her business. And she might not have liked it, but she had enough respect for her elders. She had enough respect to say, hey, this woman didn't. First of all, she didn't have to stop and say nothing. She could have just let me keep going around in circles. Get off Monique. If anything, we should applaud her. I applaud you, Monique. I applaud you for taking the time on your Instagram page to say, sweet babies. No. Medication isn't good. You know, some medication is nasty, but it gets to the root of the problem. You gotta be willing to listen to somebody. We don't know everything. Who do you have in your circle? See, I have friends let me tell y'all something. Even when I had $5 in my pocket, because I've been homeless, I've been there. My teachers didn't even know that I was living in an abandoned home, catching a metro bus to a junior college to earn my communications degree, associate's degree, so that I could go on to journalism school to be like Oprah, whom I had the pleasure of standing center stage with several years ago. Because somebody captured a part of my story in a book called Come On People, on the Path from Victim to Victor. See, you don't have to just stand there and take it. There's a way to change your narrative. I decided that I wanted to be somebody. I needed to look the part. My teachers were in awe that I went to that junior college for 2 years straight with a 4.0 GPA, stayed at the school until it closed to get stuff done. But I had to dress the part. Don't be denied your opportunity to show up the best way you know how. I applaud Monique and I applaud anybody else who's taken the time and noticed that something wasn't right. Somebody need to say something. Talent, everybody talented. But you're going to be talented and tacky. Listen, I have a son. My son is 23 years old. My son is also a member of the LGBTQ community. Listen, not everybody is okay with it, but I don't care about everybody. That's my son, and I'm going to love him. But one of the things I told my son, Ricky, I said, listen, you don't have to be the poster boy for Black gay America. That's not your job. Your job is to know who you are and to show up in your best sense. I don't want you to own this because you're defending yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. You just need to show up as you are. And I taught you better. So this, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I went through the phase. I said, it's just a phase. Now, who do you really want to be? If you looked at my son right now, he's a bilingual African-American young man with his own business. He has 1 degree, working on a 2nd degree, traveling the world. Because he has respect for himself and he knows how to show up. He's not wearing the way he identifies sexually or his sexual identity. He's not wearing it on his shoulder. That's not what this is about. You're more than what your sexual preference is. You're more than that. And I had to share that with him. Son, you may think that this says this, but in actuality, I've been here longer. It says this, son, and I don't want you to have to deal with that. Thank God he listened. But you know what drove the point home? I pulled up the internet and I showed him, what's the guy's name? Anderson Cooper. I showed him, what's the young man's name? I can see his face right now. Don. Was it Don Lemon? I had to point out some things. So listen, these people right here, they are part of the LGBTQ community. But when you see them, what do you think? I see professional people. I see smart people. I see people about their business. When I come up to you, do I want to respect you or slap you? Which one is it? And I'm not saying you go slap nobody because, you know, it's personal preference. But understand, this is a village, baby. And when you come out of the village, it is your responsibility to pull back, and look at anybody else in the village and say, we're not doing it like that. We're not doing it like that. Recently, I did some teaching at a middle school. And I saw our young men walking, starting to sag and sitting in the class and not doing anything but causing hell. And I pulled one to the side. I said, come here, let me holler at you. What? I said, yeah, I'm Miss Jones, but I'm more than that. Right now, I'm going to be a mother. I'm a black mother. And what you're doing is unacceptable. And what you're going to do, look, I didn't give an option. I said, what you're going to do is you're going to pull them pants up. And let me holler at you. Go into my room right now. And I began to teach these young men. And I began to pull up examples of black men who were in special ed classes who decided not to be labeled by it, like a Les Brown. I showed them his picture. They were like, I said, yeah, baby, understand that you were put into these classes, but you can defy a label, but you need to look like it, talk like it, walk like it, act like it. You got to act like you got good sense. I said, no, you do know. Stop saying that. You got all this energy out there on the football field. I know you got good sense. I can look at you and tell that somebody loves you, but you up in here giggling, ha ha, and he, and you think it's okay. It's not okay. And all you need to do sometimes is get to the one leader in the group. And once I got him together, then he brought his other crew. And he said, man, you need to listen to Miss Jones. You need to listen to Miss Jones. I'm good. No, you ain't good. I'm chilling. No, you ain't chilling. You being childish. And you're throwing away opportunities. And you in here and you doing this, and yeah, they're going to laugh with you. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be you. He didn't want to do his assignment. I said, well, what are you interested in? He said, I'm interested in hip hop. I said, okay, well, let's do your research assignment. What do you want to know about hip hop? I want to know how I got started. The teachers let him go in the corner. I said, no, you're not going in the corner. You're going to come sit right here next to me. And we're going to do this project together. He found out some things that there are 5 elements of the hip hop. I didn't know that. He got excited. We start picking up pictures and putting this thing together. You should have saw that boy's shoulder. He was failing English. I said, not on my watch. No, I know I'm a substitute teacher, but I'm more than that. And you are my responsibility. We finished with his paper. I said, how do you feel? He said, I feel good. Right on. Mission accomplished. I don't care. You're not hurting my feelings. Was it Martin Luther King who said, justice, there's no such thing as justice when good men see things and we don't say anything. I was on the plaza one time with my son. The plaza is an area down here in Kansas City. And I saw a group of our kids and they were cussing. And filth was just flying out of their mouth. And I didn't say, hey, I said, kings and queens, queen. They looked. I said, I'm talking to you. Yes, queen. Why is that coming out of your mouth like that? She stopped and one of them kissed her. I'm good. I said, well, let him go. But for the kings and queens that are listening, let me holler at you for just a second. My son is like, oh my God. I didn't care. And when I finished talking to them, they said, thank you. Thank you So you may never see me again, but the next time I see you, you better have some sense of respect for yourself. Not just in your clothing, but your attitude, the way you carry yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bonnet, and mine has bling on it. But it will not see outside. I will not wear this to the airport. Why? Because I have more options. That's all Monique is saying is, come on, somebody. We got options. We can do better than that. And if you don't like it, then get over it. But it won't be on her watch that she saw something that was not acceptable and she didn't say anything. She should have said something. Just like Patti LaBelle said something. Just like Dolores Jones, your comeback coach. I'm saying something. Not everybody's going to like it. It's tight, but it's right. Buckle up. Get out your feelings. Find a way to level up. As Sierra was saying, level up, level up. Me and my girlfriends, we're like, hey girl, what you wearing? What you wearing two-step? Well, I'm going to wear this. Well, I'm going to wear what we're doing. What are you doing? What are you looking like? Would I hire you? Would I even want to talk to you? Would I say, that person really takes pride in who they are? Or would I say, man, they must have really been tired. They just rolled out the bed. Rolled out the bed. Not on my watch. Thank you for watching. Dolores Jones, your comeback coach here. I want you to know you are amazing. You are cut from a special cloth. Although your beauty emulates from the inside out, something on the inside should tell you how to show up on the outside. You got this. Now act like it. Show up like it. And for those of you that have criticized Monique, apologize. And thank her for saying something to her sweet babies. She didn't cuss you out. She just said, to my sweet babies, to my sweet babies. Sweet baby. She's being sweet and kind. We ain't canceling Monique. We're celebrating Monique. We're thanking Patti LaBelle for getting in there and saying something to Monique. So Monique knew that she had to step in and say something to somebody else. Somebody said something to Dolores Jones. My grandmother did. And so I kept that. So when people say, oh, you look great, how do you do that? I say, that's because my grandmother taught me how to do this. All right? Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're older, they won't depart from it. Respect your elders. That's all I got to say about that. Respect your elders. Put some respect on their name and thank them. It's time to have more of these family meetings. And she took her platform to do something good for somebody. Now, what are you going to do with your platform? Are you going to stand on there and you're going to complain? Who does she think she is? She can't tell me nothing. That's the problem. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Is there something that you could change about yourself that could change your life today? Maybe let's start with attitude. Let's start with humility. Let's start with, maybe I don't know it all. Maybe there is another level to this thing. And I don't like how it was delivered, but I know the benefit on the other side. Nobody likes medicine. But when it gets down in there, you feel better, don't you? All right then. Y'all have a wonderful day. Let me put these glasses back on. Okay, my dog told me time is up. She said time is up. So I will talk to y'all later, honey. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. And how do I end this boost? How do I do this? Good afternoon to you too. All right, come on, y'all. Jesus help me end this video. I'm using my cell phone this time. And what is this for right here, y'all? Oh, Lord. It's like, oh, Lord, what is she doing, Jesus? All right. Let's not do that. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, I